Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Mr. V Teaches Math. And today we're going to move on in our first unit to 1.3, which is called rounding numbers. Our goal for today is to use our place value skills that we reviewed and practiced yesterday to round numbers in everyday situations. Now, over the summer, a movie came out called Guardians of the Galaxy. And in its first 3 weeks at the box office, it made $234,253,857. That's a lot of money. What we're going to do is use this number, and we're going to round to the nearest 10, the nearest 100, and the nearest 100 million. Now, to do this, we need to identify something called the key digit. The key digit is basically the number directly to the right of the number we want to round to. So if our first instruction says to round to the nearest 10, in the number that we're using here, this is the tens value right here. Okay, it's the 5. So that's what we're going to round to, the nearest 10. We need to look to the right. So we need to look at this 7. In this case, rounding to the nearest 10, the 7 is our key digit. So the rule says, when we round, if the key digit is 5 or more, then it has to go up. Okay, then the number we're rounding goes up. So for example, this number is a 7, which means it's 5 or higher, which means that this 5 goes up. So to the nearest 10, it becomes 234,253,860. So this is to the nearest 10. Okay. Now, the next one says to the nearest 100. So that's this one. Now, if we're going to round to the nearest 100, that means that this 5 becomes our key digit. And again, the rule says if it's 5 or more, the rhyme goes, if it's 5 or more, we raise the score, which means that this 8 has to change to a 9. So rounding to the nearest 100, it becomes 234,253,900. So that's the nearest 100. The next one is to the nearest 100 million. Well, that's all the way over here. That's that first 2. What we do is look directly to the right, which means that the 3 there is our key digit. Now, if the number is less than 5, in other words, if that key digit is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, then we leave the number the way it is. So the 2 in the 200 million, so 200 it just becomes 200 million. Actually, that's how you round it. This is to the nearest 100 million. So those are the rules for rounding. And so again, when you round, if the digit to the right of the place you are rounding is 5 or more, round up. 5 or more, raise the score. So then we have an example like 2,634, we're going to round it to the nearest 1,000. So, the number right after the thousands, spot on the 100, it's a 6, which means it's 5 or more, which means that it rounds up to 3,000. We're going to round 3.359 to the nearest 10th. So that's this spot. So we look to the right. The key digit's a 5, which means that this becomes 3.4. Okay. Now, the other rule is if the digit to the right of the place you are rounding is less than 5, then you round down. So the rhyme goes 5 or less, let it rest. So if we round 436 to the nearest 100, this is the place value that we're going to round to. This becomes the key digit. It's less than 5, so this just becomes 400. Okay, so that's the rules for rounding. You're going to get practice tomorrow during math class, and I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.